While on a surveillance mission, a sniper made an unexpected discovery. The sentry across the way was doing the exact same thing every single day, taking down old hanging mines, then replacing them with brand new ones. Every 300 meters across this stretch, a machine gun was mounted and ready. These weapons weren't just sitting there for show, they were there to stop something from climbing up from below. But there wasn't a soul living anywhere near here. As far as the eye could see, not a single person in sight. The one thing Kevin knew for certain was that this eerie-looking canyon had been here since World War II. His orders from command were straightforward: post up in the west tower, 100 meters high, and keep eyes on the area around the clock. The east tower across the way was manned by Russian soldiers. Both sides carried out their duties independently, but direct communication between them was strictly forbidden. At first, Kevin could handle the solitude just fine. Then came the day he casually raised his binoculars toward the other tower, and froze. He never expected this. The soldier stationed across from him was a woman, and she was stunning. He lingered a moment longer than he should have, but she seemed to sense it. She stopped what she was doing, and turned to look his way. She was beautiful, no question about it, but Kevin pulled his gaze away. She was also deadly. Lisa had once taken out a target from nearly 3,900 meters out. Like Kevin, she'd been assigned to this isolated post because of a mission she couldn't turn down. Time crawled by. Before long, they were 3 months into the rotation. One stormy night, Kevin's PTSD kicked in hard. He snapped up his rifle, frantically scanning every corner, until the fog in his head finally lifted, and he realized nothing was wrong. He picked up the binoculars again and looked toward Lisa's tower. She was still awake too, sitting by the window, absently running her fingers through a candle flame. Two lonely people, each alone in their tower, carrying the same quiet weight. Eventually, Lisa had enough of the silence. She decided to make the first move. She raised her rifle and fired a shot into the air. The crack echoed sharply through the still canyon, and got Kevin's attention right away. Puzzled, he looked across, and saw Lisa holding up a board. Written on it, "What's your name?" Kevin thought about the old-timers' rules against contact. He hesitated, then wrote back, "Communication is prohibited." Lisa read his reply, and burst out laughing at how dead serious he was. She wasn't giving up that easy. She wiped the board clean, and wrote again, "My name is Lisa. Today is my birthday. I make the rules." That stubborn, almost childlike defiance cracked Kevin's composure. He actually laughed. Deep down, he knew it too. Even with all their military training, out here in a place like this, what they needed most was just someone to talk to. So he went inside, poured himself a drink, and wrote back, "I'm Kevin. Happy birthday. Care to share a drink?" And just like that, an invisible thread stretched across the miles of canyon between them, pulling two lonely people together. Through this unusual back and forth, the distance between them closed fast. They traded stories about their skills. Mentioned she was a top-notch shot. Lisa, himself an elite sniper, felt his competitive streak kick in immediately. Lisa raised her rifle, and cleanly shattered the wine glass sitting on Kevin's railing, then fixed him with a look that said, "Your move." Kevin wasn't about to let that slide. He picked up his rifle, and blew apart the wine bottle right next to Lisa. Far from being upset, Lisa broke into applause, then balanced a fresh bottle on top of her head, daring him to go again. Right in the middle of that tense, electric back and forth, Lisa's expression shifted completely. She gestured urgently for Kevin to look down. His stomach dropped. He leaned over and peered below. A mass of dark shapes was silently scaling the cliff face, nearly at the canyon's edge. 3 months in, and Kevin was seeing the hollow men with his own eyes for the first time. The things the veterans had only ever spoken about in hushed tones. No time to think, Kevin snapped into combat mode. Across the way, Lisa read the situation instantly. She opened up with the heavy machine gun, unleashing a torrent of fire. That bought Kevin solid cover. Working in perfect sync, they held off the first wave. Then Lisa heard rocks skittering beneath her feet. She jumped back just in time. Something nearly snagged her ankle. A hollow man covered in gnarled branches had quietly clawed its way up onto her watchtower. She fought back with her sidearm, but bullets barely slowed these things down. Through his scope, Kevin caught Lisa in trouble. He immediately swung his barrel around, and picked off the creature on her tower. One of them he knocked loose from the wall. It dropped straight into a hanging mine. The blast sent shrapnel flying, and a chunk of it caught Lisa in the shoulder. The moment Kevin saw it, he swung his heavy machine gun into action, laying down fire to cover her while she was down. Soon, the automated guns lining both sides of the canyon roared to life, their crossfire sweeping the entire cliff face. The battle raged deep into the night, before the last of the hollow men was finally put down. The next morning, while Kevin was setting mines, he spotted something out of place. An unfamiliar drone, slowly rising up from the canyon floor. It shot out of the canyon, just before the gun emplacements could lock on. That's when it hit Kevin. Every move he and Lisa made out here was probably being watched by someone unknown. Fighting side by side changed things between them. On Christmas Day, Kevin built Lisa a small Christmas tree. The gesture gesture moved her deeply. They played chess using the message boards, shared the little details of their everyday lives, and became the one person the other could lean on in that desolate place. By the 8th month, Kevin spotted Lisa alone in her tower one night, crying. He held up the board and asked what was wrong. That's when he learned her father had passed away. Lisa wrote back, "I wish you were here with me." Those words broke something loose inside Kevin, something he'd been holding back for a long time, and right then, he made a decision. That was bold beyond anything he'd done in the field.